Alright, hello everyone. This is Rich, and I am back with a DVD update for August 15th, 2010. It's been about a month since I did a DVD update. So yeah, if you've been expecting them like every 2 weeks, I do apologize. Just been a lot of shenanigans going on. Me going back to school and heading back to work since I got my summers off and whatnot. So yeah, back to it, and let's start up. I got 1 Rifftrax and 3 series, so let's start it. Alright, first one, as I said, it's a Rifftrax, and I got this originally for my girlfriend because she likes Neil Patrick Harris, and I'm like, she'll like this. So it's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and if you could see there, Neil Patrick Harris does one of the riffers on this. It's him and Mike Nelson, and it's quite funny. I mean, you know, especially since it's the old Willy Wonka. I'd like to see him also riff the new Willy Wonka, but it probably won't happen. Or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but it was good. Definitely, if you could find it, as far as Rifftrax go, it's definitely not bad. Next, my girlfriend said if I showed I have this on DVD, I'd lose my horror street cred, but I really don't care. So yeah, I'm gonna show it anyway. Icarly season 1. And the reason I got this originally is because I babysit one of my former students, and he apparently really likes this show, I found out, and I actually had to watch hours upon hours of it every other Saturday. So with that, I eventually actually really start liking it, and I believe it's probably one of the best shows in the past like good couple years that have been on Nickelodeon, like besides like SpongeBob and the Mighty Bee. As far as like actual shows, that's probably the best one on there. Yeah. But yeah, check out iCarly. It's pretty awesome, believe it or not. Zach, exit comments. You're such a dork. I am unsubscribing. Alright, next one is a cartoon I really loved as a kid. Like, it came out, I think, in the... Do I have it on here? I believe it came out in the mid to late 90s and lasted till I think the early 2000s. Dexter's Laboratory. Awesome show. On here I have, I think, all 4 seasons and Ego Trip. I got this from my super fan, Super Colton. He is very awesome. I haven't talked to him in like 27 years. So, yeah. Sorry, Colton. Yeah. The show is essentially about like a nerdy kid who's like a super genius that has this lab, and he just wants to be left alone to do his fucking science shit, and then all of a sudden his sister breaks into his lab and starts breaking all his shit, and then he has like an arch nemesis called Mandark, who's played by the brilliant and legendary Eddie Deason. So yeah, I think it's awesome that I got this series, and I don't think it's out on DVD right now, but it should be. If not, it's in volumes and not seasons, which pisses me off to no end. Cartoon Network is fucking notorious to do that with their series. Piss me off. I don't want to buy 8 volumes of your fucking goddamn DVDs. I want to buy 4 fucking series. Just sucking the life out of me. Got on a tangent there. Next series is something I got from another fan, and the reason I got this is because I don't pay $1 million for the actual official copies of this series, and I hate to say it, but I don't want to pay that much for the series as much as I love it. Reboot. Awesome series. The OGs of CGI cartoon making. You gotta think, if you ever watched this, like, if you've never seen this series, if you're young, you're one of those damn whippersnappers who love CGI, and if you want to see some OGs of CGI making, because this was first produced in 1994. They're the ones that like created like the programming on how to do this kind of shit. And awesome show. It's about like it's about essentially life inside of a computer and how like the user brings in like shit to like attack the computer, like games and shit. Very awesome. The characters are amazing, and like season 3 goes into like a complete 180, which is, you would think that would be bad, and you're like, nope, made it better. Brilliant series. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I really want them to come out with the 3rd movie, which is like part of season 4, I would believe. Alright. So, where are we at now? About 7 minutes in-ish. Alright, so let's go, and I'll do some independent films. Alright, first one is going to be a Tommy Brunswick movie. By the way, everyone mistakes this person for a man. Tommy Brunswick is a woman. She's on my Facebook. Woman. I believe she's Korean or Asian, so something like that. Anyway, Mr. Jingles. I talked about this on my Facebook for like 2 days. This movie's terrible. It's a by-the-book slasher about a crazy demon clown that goes around killing teenagers or college students. And it was just bad. It was badly shot. Some of the plot was just terrible. But at the same time, you're like, hey, it's a slasher. You can't have all winners. I guess. I do like some of Tommy's other movies, but this one was just bad. And the character was very much like Freddy Krueger Part 3 and, you know, past, because of the fact that every time he would murder somebody, he would have like some weird catchphrase, like, you know, like he would be like Freddy Krueger and be like, you know, welcome to prime time, bitch, or you forgot the power glove, or some shit like that. You know, it's something stupid. So yeah, that movie's stupid. And by the way, Tommy's remaking that film, and it looks a lot more serious. It's called Jingles the Clown, which it looks a lot better. So I might pick up that one just to see if there is a difference. Next, we're going to do 2 LBP films, Low Budget Pictures, Chris Seaver. I am going to be getting like a huge thing of movies from Chris Seaver. I think like 7 or 8 movies from him eventually, so I figured, hey, I might as well get some official releases of some of his films, since a lot of the versions of LBP films I have are from other fans or other friends that I've had that have the films I just got copies of. So I figured, hey, might as well get some actual copies and not be, you know, one of those douchebags that doesn't get their actual films and support independent cinema. Anyway, Teenape Goes to Camp. Chris Seaver film, LBP, as I said. Essentially, it's Teenape goes to camp, and sexy shenanigans happen. A lot of great characters in here. What do I want to say? Then, like, it goes to like a 180 from almost like it goes from like Ernest Goes to Camp into like First Blood, and it's quite interesting. I would seriously recommend seeing this one yet again if you like independent comedies. Alright, 4 minutes here, so hopefully I get done with all these independent ones. Destruction Kings, another one of LBP films, has Teenape and Bone Jack characters, recurrent characters from LBP films. I didn't open the other one up. And it's almost like they're in like an X-Files type of like job, and they go around like hunting down paranormal figures, and the paranormal figures that they fight in this movie are Wolfman, which is a lot like Teen Wolf in this movie, Funkenstein, which is like kind of like a rapping Frankenstein, which is very funny, and then Dracula, who the movie is almost like a mix between like an X-Files episode, a Buffy episode, and like Monster Squad a bit. And it has like a Little Rascal thrown in there too. Quite interesting. I think there's a little bit of nudity in it. A lot of great blood, gore, great lines. You know, but another thing about LBP films that I remember listening on the commentary is that, you know, if you're going to criticize independent cinema for not looking good, as I did with Mr. Jingles, so I'm like a hypocrite in itself, and not by the dialogue or by the way the characters and the acting is, then you're an idiot, because independent cinema is not about, you know, looking all glamorous and shit. It's about making films that aren't, you know, all packaged and perfect and shit. So, anyway, I'll do one more, and then I'm going to cut it, and then we're going to do two other independent films. Alright. This one, actually, no, I won't talk about this one. I'll talk about this one. This one's easy. This one I'll get done in a minute. Terror Train. Jamie Lee Curtis, slasher. More like, well, actually more like a murder mystery than a slasher. It wasn't bad. I liked it. Some people might find it very slow and boring, especially if you use like high-paced like slasher films. But it was good. It was made, I think, very early 80s, late 70s, I like to say. Let's see here. I'm trying to read the back. 1980. So, it was good. Like, Jamie Lee Curtis seemed to really phone in her acting on this. It was just like, oh my god, what's going on? And she'd be like, there's a killer on the loose in the train. She'd be like, where is he? I have no clue. Oh, there he is. But at least Jamie Lee Curtis did better after that with, like, what was that, Trading Places? Plus, you see her boobies in that movie. Anyway. But yeah, pick up Terror Train if you want. I got it for like $2. If you see it like on Chiller or like, you know, Cinemax or some shit, check it out. You know, it's not bad, but it is slow, and it's more like a murder mystery than a slasher film. Alright, so I'm going to cut it here, and I'll be back in a sec. Alright, brr.